Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
It's the season of giving, but in a year devastated by natural disasters, some charity groups need your help in order to keep giving back.
The Salvation Army in Grand Forks is well short of its goal, and there's a lot at stake. Valley News Team's Ryan Laughlin tells how you can help.
Of course, it's heartbreaking, but I mean, we're down there, so we're doing the most good down there.
Lieutenant Matthew Beatty with the Grand Forks Salvation Army spent some time down in Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria.
No electricity, no power, no food. Still pretty rough down there.
Now he needs help from people passing the red kettles.
Well, this has already been budgeted for next year, so basically it's already been spent, and if we don't have it, we're gonna have to make cuts in other areas.
He estimates they've already made around 70 grand. That's far from their goal of $390,000 for this Christmas campaign. That's half of next year's operating budget. Now their biggest challenge?
So again, weather is going to be an issue, and it'll be an issue tomorrow again with the forecasted winds that are coming tomorrow as well.
They need bell ringers and donations to keep doing the most good in the Red River Valley and beyond. Grand Forks, Ryan Laughlin, Valley News Live.
If you're interested in bell ringing, the best way to get involved is to call your local Salvation Army. Right now, there's more charitable giving going on in Grand Forks. Police are out shopping with area children.
So let's check back with Ryan, who's live at the Northside Walmart, and he's following some lucky kids around. Ryan, what's going on there?
Yeah, Mike, Andrea, it's busy here at the Northside Walmart. We're following the Grand Forks police around with 22 lucky kids, including Nevaeh Dakota over here. She's got $100 to shop for her family. This is a program that in the 18th year put on by Grand Forks Police. They do fundraising. Walmart pitches in a little bit, and they're able to shop for their entire family. Nevaeh here has got a coat for her grandma and a couple toys for her cousins. It's a really cool program, and coming up later tonight on Valley News Live at 9 and 10, we'll have how these 22 kids got selected and a little bit about what Nevaeh is getting for her family. So really cool program here at the Northside Walmart in Grand Forks. This is Ryan Laughlin. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thanks, Ryan. Grand Forks County Sheriff's Department will be doing the same thing for kids that live outside the city of Grand Forks next week to help needy children that live in rural areas have a Merry Christmas.
Lighter winds and above average temps combine for a pretty decent mid-December day in the valley. Let's find out from Hutch about tonight's weather. Hutch, anything to worry about?
Well, this evening looks very quiet, but it's overnight that has us concerned. And what you're going to need to know is that we could have an icy commute in many locations. First and foremost, temperatures are wide-ranging across the region. Close to 10 in Duluth, close to 50 in Rapid City. We're in the middle of things here in the Red River Valley with a lot of us in the 30s. Overnight, an area of rain and freezing rain and even some snowflakes will push from northwest to southeast through the region, creating an icy morning commute for many areas. We're not talking about a lot of snow, many of us up to an inch. But up near Lake of the Woods, we could see some loftier snowfall totals. A wind will also be a problem. All of us will see gusty winds, upwards of 40 miles per hour, where the worst of the wintry conditions is expected, highlighted in blue from the Devil's Lake Basin through the Red River Valley. Now, we'll have hour-by-hour details on how your day unfolds here in just a minute, but give yourself extra time in the morning. Things could be quite slippery.
Okay, thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
And make sure you have the Valley News Live Storm Team weather app so that you can keep up with the weather anytime, anywhere. You'll get the latest forecasts and conditions so that you can plan your day. All you have to do is search VNL Weather in the App Store and download it for free.
Fargo police need your help identifying this woman suspected of stealing a wedding band worth thousands of dollars. She's suspected of stealing a diamond wedding band set valued at over $25,000. She was described as heavy set and Asian, approximately 5'3" to 5'6", in her 30s to 40s, wearing black-rimmed glasses. Although the video quality is poor in this photo, investigators say if you do know who the person is, please call 701-241-1405. You may remain anonymous.
A woman accused of shooting at law enforcement officers during the Dakota Access Pipeline protests wants to suppress some evidence and statements that she made to police. Attorneys for Redfond Fallis contend in federal court that her arrest last year violated her free speech rights. Fallis is scheduled to go on trial next month in Fargo. She has pleaded not guilty to several federal charges, including discharge of a firearm in relation to a felony crime of violence and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
Operating hours have been finalized for two Minnesota ports of entry, the Lancaster and Roseau ports of entry. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection will adjust the hours effective January 7th. Lancaster will implement a seasonal schedule, while hours at the Roseau port will be reduced by 4 hours. Travelers are advised to plan ahead and adjust accordingly to the new hours of operation.
The North Dakota Highway Patrol has now released the name of the man killed in a rollover in Ramsey County. Troopers say 90-year-old Edgar Beam of Fordville, North Dakota, was killed in the crash yesterday. It happened on Ramsey County Road 2, about 3 miles east of Crary, which is just east of Devil's Lake. Troopers say Beam's vehicle spun out of control in icy conditions, ran off the road and into the ditch, and rolled. He died at the scene.
A replacement for U.S. Senator Al Franken will be named tomorrow. Franken announced his resignation last week amid a growing cloud of sexual misconduct allegations. The second-term Democrats' official resignation date has not yet been set. Minnesota Governor Mark Dayton's pick will serve through next year's election, when voters will pick a candidate to finish Franken's current term ending in 2020. Earlier speculation included Lieutenant Governor Tina Smith as Dayton's preferred choice.
Minnesota has announced restrictions on the use of the herbicide dicamba for 2018 in response to complaints by soybean growers across the country that it harmed their crops this year. The Minnesota Department of Agriculture's rules for the coming growing season set a June 20th cutoff date for applying the herbicide. They also prohibit applications when the temperature or forecast high for the day is above 85 degrees. The department says it received 253 complaints from soybean growers in 49 Minnesota counties. University of Minnesota researchers estimate that 265,000 acres in the state were affected.
A new law in North Dakota will end monthly child support obligations for parents who are sentenced to jail or prison for more than 180 days. The legislature recently approved the change as a way to prevent the accumulation of past due child support owed by incarcerated parents, as a way to help former inmates transition once they're released. Under the law, child support obligation can be reestablished if an incarcerated parent has more than $750 of net monthly income from outside sources. It does not apply to parents on work release or probation, as long as they can earn an income outside of a correctional facility. The new law doesn't forgive any past due support owed prior to the change. State records show that about 330 inmates with 416 child support obligations will have their obligations terminated under this law, which takes effect January 1st.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, details on the latest efforts for gun reform legislation being considered in Washington, D.C.
Up next, the latest on sad news out of Wahpeton, where a college student is found dead.